the angel blades that we had, because we had many, because they would constantly break. Largely so we had several variations. We had the real ones that were cast out of metal. Then we had they call them rubber weapons, but they weren't really. They were just kind of like hard plastic, basically. Those things would break like if you just looked at them wrong.
But just the tip.
But yeah, just. And then you'd have floppy. Never mind. Those didn't work very well. The cast, the like metal casted ones had such an even weight distribution on it that I miss actually just like spinning those like all the time, and you'd get a couple of them and you just like see, you know, me should have one, Jared have one, we'd just be over there, just spinning them around, doing like tricks with them, like nunchucks. And I don't know, we got so
comfortable. I was pissed off Robin. She was like, "You're gonna
drop them." Oh yeah, Robin, we're just, and she would just, like, middle of the take sometimes. She didn't care. She was grandfathered in. She'd been there since the beginning. She didn't care if she's gonna come in the room and take. She'd just be like this. And then what would you do? No. He would always do,
That's how that started. We also, whenever we had our flashlights, we did the same shit. And then if anybody ever put their flashlight underneath their chin, like a camping, you have to go like. And so Robin would walk up and just to laugh, she would like give us our flashlight and point it under our chins. So we all just go. Horrific.
What the hell was that? I'll tell you later. Let's get on with the trial.
Mark said to ask you guys what life would be like without Robin.
Without Robin?
Yeah.
It'd be a lot more difficult, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, she's had a few breaks, obviously, and she and her husband will go take a week here or there.
And it's noticeable.
It's noticeable, yeah. And there are many Robins, not in Robin's job, but we have many people that we become really close with, you know? Yeah. So it's difficult. It's almost like the earlier question. I don't like thinking about life without the show or y'all or the Robins of.
I will say that she is, in my opinion, there are two people in my opinion that probably deserve a producer credit. No questions asked. One is Kevin Parks. Just for the amount of knowledge.
There's a trick by it.
See, as a producer, you have to show up.
Not me then. I'm out.
And Robin, she has this knack for continuity, and she's like, well, you know, we used this blade to kill this thing in season 4. Why doesn't it kill this thing in season 13? That doesn't make sense. And I'm like, I'll call the writers. And then I'll call the writers and be like, Robin brings up a good point. They're like, tell Robin she's right, we'll fix it. That happens probably once a month. So she's looking out for the show, and but it's funny.
I think it's also indicative of what kind of.
She's also like, I mean, I don't care. It's not my job. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Point taken. Let me get on it.
But our crew takes an active part in the show. It's not like they show up to do their job and okay, here I hand you your watch, you hand me your wedding ring, and here's the angel blade, and here's the this, and they go home. Like we care about it.
Yeah, I see the production assistants, the guys who literally their job is to make sure the set's clean, taking the garbage out. If there's a spill or a glass breaks or something, they swoop in with their mops and broom. I mean, it's kind of a thankless job. I see those people sitting down reading the scripts. So there's an
Vampire Diaries, but Vampire Diaries.
Right, yeah, they're reading Legends of Tomorrow, but so there's really an active investment from a lot of the crew in what the show is and where it's going, and what it means to them, and what it means to their families. So, yeah, life would be difficult without any of those people.
Obviously.
Yes. Thank you. But surprisingly, not so difficult without Mark. I don't know if that's just. I kid.
You're on fire.
Brainchild over here. So, I wonder what would happen if we tweeted that number out. I wonder how many phone calls we get then. And then I'm like, do it. So he calls, so I call his phone number, like, so that he had the number, and then he immediately cut and pasted that one over to his Twitter. And what was it, within 3 seconds?
I think sure. It was pretty quick.
It was almost immediate.
And we were like, the crew was watching us because we were being silly. And like,
Well, I looked over at Robin, who was really more of like our stepmom. She's responsible for like giving us machetes and stuff like that. And inevitably, if you give a guy a machete and there's things to hit or stick the machete into, inevitably it's just like,
Jensen! So like, stick a machete into the wall. She's like, I'm right here. Stop it.
she's really become like our mother. But so as Jared's reading out the phone number, I look over to Robin, I'm like,
She's like,
and she's just like mad dog, she's like, what are you doing?
I know you're doing something.
I know you're doing something, what are you doing?
Damage is done already.